Everything you've heard about positive thinking is only half true. Here's what the science of transformation actually has to say. Number 2, the topic is mindset and cognitive technique. You want to be kind and understanding towards yourself, especially during difficult times. Difficult times are going to happen, even if you're on this transformation journey. And something I've learned with difficult times, it's just a part of your story. To me, without any test, there is no testimony. Troubles don't last always. This hard time will pass. You're going to overcome this hard time, right? You are more than a conqueror. You got to tell yourself this type of stuff. But this hard time will pass. And because you know it will pass, you got to be compassionate to yourself. Number 3, challenge negative thoughts. So identify and refrain from self-feeding beliefs. Because the mind is a major thing, the mind constantly tricks you. Your mind constantly messes with you. So if you have a negative thought that goes through your mind, that runs through your mind, that's racing through your head, telling you to do this, or saying this person's this, or do this with your money, or you're not good enough, you're not making enough money, you need to do this, you need to do that. Ask yourself, ask your mind, does that make sense? If you can't get out your mind, write it down. Number 4, embrace a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to learn and grow. You gotta grow. Like, growth is so important. I think that anybody who doesn't want to grow, there's something seriously wrong with them. To me, that's the reason why you should have 30-day goals, 60-day goals, 90-day goals, because you want to constantly see growth in your life. They're kind of just stuck. A growth mindset if you don't want to be stuck. What's going on, family, and welcome back to the channel. Going to continue our conversation about how we can transform our mind, life, our financial state based off of science. If you haven't seen video number 1 of this series, I'll definitely make sure that I link the video in the description or in the notes below. That way you can check out that video, because you definitely want to make sure that you understand how you can transform your life from a science standpoint with the whole series. So definitely make sure you check out video number 1. This is video number 2, and then I believe there will be 2 or 3 more videos that come after this on which will help you transform your life from a science-based standpoint. Number 2, the topic is mindset and cognitive techniques. So with mindset and cognitive techniques, everything starts with mindset. If you've studied psychology, if you understand psychology, you understand it's the study of the human mind, you understand it's the human behaviors, and we just work to understand why the mind is doing this. And I'm not saying the mind itself, but why are we doing certain things which attribute to why are our behaviors like this. So want to understand how certain techniques can shift the mindset. All right. So like I said, number 2 topic is mindset and cognitive techniques. And point 1 for mindset and cognitive techniques is to cultivate gratitude. So we want to acknowledge positive aspects of our life and express appreciation. So we want to cultivate gratitude. The crazy thing is, most people, they don't know how to acknowledge the positive things that they have going on, because us as people, we're always focused on the negative. We forget to look at all of our wins because we're just so consumed by all of our losses. We got to get out of that mindset. We got to get out of that state where we're just stuck on our losses and allowing it to consume us, because when we are so worried about the losses and not focused on our wins, that's what consumes us. And if your losses consume you, you become a negative person. And when I say you become a negative person, you may not become negative out of your mouth, but your thought process is constantly negative. You're always thinking the worst because you're not being appreciative of your current wins, right? There's a lot of current wins that you need to be grateful for, right? We need to transform our mindset to this grateful mindset. That way we can see our small wins or large wins. I actually just had a major win at my 9-to-5. I was voted leader of the year. I was voted in. I won an award for leader of the year, and I was shocked. Like, it was total shocking to me that I'm winning leader of the year. And I guess for me, it's because I'm like I'm the youngest person and I'm the youngest director in my company. And if I can just be 100% honest, I'm one of very few African Americans. For a while, I was one of one. Um, Now there's a few more, but I'm still the youngest one, and I've been there for a while. So winning that award, I couldn't even like fathom the thought of me winning it because of so much other greatness around me. So after I won the award, I was super nervous, super excited, in shock. But by the end of that week, I'm like, I got to do more. I gotta accomplish more at work. I got to do this. I got to do that. So I couldn't even enjoy that win because I'm so focused on the negative stuff that's around me, to where, yeah, it was just a bad weekend after winning that award. And that's what us as people tend to do. We tend to have these big wins and we don't, and I'm not saying you want to celebrate all weekend and just live on that win, because I have a philosophy: what got you here today isn't what's going to get you there tomorrow. But you can't negate your wins. You can't negate your celebrations and your accomplishments, because if you do, you're going to constantly beat yourself up and you're not going to be grateful. All right. You get a job promotion, acknowledge that you're doing good. You're doing really well. You get a huge raise on your job, acknowledge you're doing well. You pay off your vehicle, acknowledge that you have paid off your vehicle and now you're debt free from this vehicle. You don't have this monthly payment. That's something to celebrate, right? If you got a $600 car payment and you get that paid off, you should celebrate that win, because now you're in a better financial state than you were last month. All right. You get a major promotion on your job and you get a 20% increase, a 50% increase. Celebrate that. You get your first client in your side hustle or your business, and your first client, you bring in an extra $2,000 this month. Celebrate that win. Don't dwell on, well, I spent $1,000 on marketing, so I only really profited $1,000 of the 2,000. You got to make money to get money. Celebrate that small win. Be grateful for it. Be appreciative of it. All right. You got to cultivate gratitude in your life, right? Like literally, there's a song by DJ Khaled. Definitely shout out to DJ Khaled. Grateful. Like that is part of my daily motivation and anthem for myself. I love the song Grateful. I play Grateful all the time because like it motivates me. It gets me, it encourages me to remember my small wins. All right. So you got to cultivate gratitude in your life. All right. The next thing is you want to practice self-compassion. You want to be kind and understanding towards yourself, especially during difficult times. All right. Difficult times are going to happen, even if you're on this transformation journey. And something I've learned with difficult times, it's a part of your story. It's a part of your testimony. To me, without any test, there is no testimony. So you may hit this difficult time and go through this hard time. And when you're going through this hard time, a lot of us, we tear ourselves down. We beat ourselves up because we're going through this hard time and we close ourselves in, but we can't do that. What we have to do is we have to obviously understand that this hard time, it shall pass, right? Troubles don't last always. This hard time will pass. You're going to overcome this hard time, right? You are more than a conqueror. You got to tell yourself this type of stuff. But this hard time will pass. And because you know it will pass, you got to be compassionate to yourself. You got to be understanding towards yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't tear yourself down because you may have fell down, right? Oh, there's a song, we fall down, but we get up. You may slip and fall. You may be on this journey to not cheat on your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, and you may slip, and not saying you cheat, but you do something that you feel is cheating. And that's probably a horrible analogy to use, but I'm just saying you may slip and fall and do something that you shouldn't be doing when you're trying to transform your life. We'll say you use a drug or something. Another horrible analogy. My point is, if you're doing something that you're not trying to do and you slip and fall, don't beat yourself up. Dust yourself off, get back up, and try again. If you fall, you dust yourself off, you get back up, and you try again, and you keep moving forward. And don't beat yourself up. You got to be compassionate towards yourself, because you are human at the end of the day. You're just trying to overcome this behavior. It's a behavior that you have to keep beating, or that you got to get over. So don't beat yourself up. Have compassion towards yourself. If you have compassion towards yourself, I promise you, you're going to find yourself in a mindset of healing, and a mindset of, I know I can get over this. When you're beating yourself up, it's going to be hard for you to get to that mindset of, I know I can get over this. So don't beat yourself up. Definitely be compassionate towards yourself. With your finances also, right? I'm on my third debt journey. I'm one of those people that they talk about that has a good job, makes a good salary, and is in debt. I was once, literally, last year, I was still living paycheck to paycheck, you could say. And I had a really good salary. And I would beat myself up, and it would just put me in a horrible position, a horrible mindset. I had to get out of that. But I had to do better. And the way I did better was by being compassionate on myself, but motivating myself to move forward. Number 3, challenge negative thoughts. So identify and reframe from self-defeating beliefs. So the mind is a major thing. And because the mind is a major thing, your mind constantly tricks you. Your mind constantly messes with you. And with your mind constantly messing with you, it's like I constantly hear people that's always saying, I'm trying to process it in my brain. I'm trying to process it in my mind because my mind's saying this, but I think it's this. And it's like the mind messes with so many people. If you look at everything that's going on in this world, like people do stuff and then they claim insanity and all this other stuff. And it's like, man, the mind just messes us up. And for me, you got to refrain from that. You got to challenge those negative thoughts. And you challenge those negative thoughts by, you ask yourself, that thought that goes through your mind, like I have thoughts that go through my mind and I'm like, I'll literally challenge myself and say, hold on, that doesn't even make sense. So if you have a negative thought that goes through your mind, that runs through your mind, that's racing through your head, telling you to do this, or saying this person's this, or do this with your money, or you're not good enough, you're not making enough money, you need to do this, you need to do that. Ask yourself, ask your mind, does that make sense? If you can't get out your mind, write it down. Like, write it on pen and paper. Like, I always have a pen and a pad with me, and if something doesn't make sense, I write it down. Everybody laughs at me at work because whenever we're in a conversation and they see me stand up and we're like still in a conversation, they know I'm going to the whiteboard to write it on the board because I got to get it out of my mind so that it makes sense to me. So typically my thing would be to ask yourself, does that make sense? Like, why would I do that? Or write it down. but challenge all negative thoughts that come to your mind. Like, because your mind is trying to play tricks on you. Literally, you're on this transformation to be more healthy. And this is where a lot of people struggle at in their life is, especially, I'm not gonna say especially women, but women and men. But I see a lot of women struggle with this when they're on their weight loss journeys. And with their weight loss journeys, they're seeing that they're not losing weight fast enough. And they're just tearing themselves down because it's like, I'm not losing it enough. Well, our bodies are, it's a work of art, right? Like shout out to the label, work of art. But our bodies are a work of art. And what I mean by that is your body, you may not see the weight coming off as far as when you step on the scale. However, your clothes may fit more looser on you. Your clothes may fit different on you, right? What I mean by that is you're a work of art. And because your body operates totally differently, you may not see it one way, but it may be showing another way. So you got to challenge those negative thoughts that are coming to your mind when it's saying, oh, you're not losing weight fast enough. All right, you're not losing weight fast enough. Are you getting stronger? Are you starting to see muscle definition? So you're changing. All right. Number 4, embrace a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to learn and grow. All right. You got to grow. Like, growth is so important. I think that anybody who doesn't want to grow, there's something seriously wrong with them. They're kind of just stuck. And you have to embrace a growth mindset if you don't want to be stuck. And what I mean by that is if you don't have this growth mindset of you want to do more, or you want to go more, or you want to go further, then you're going to find yourself in the same situation that you're currently in. So you got to embrace having a new mindset. All right. You got to embrace changing your vision. Right. To me, that's the reason why you should have 30-day goals, 60-day goals, 90-day goals, because you want to constantly see growth in your life. If you don't see growth in your life, then you're just stuck. And when you're just stuck, you're kind of just wasting time. And no one should want to waste time, because time, once it's gone, it's not coming back. All right. Right now, it's May 17th, 5:12 p.m. In a little while, it'll be May 17th, 5:13 p.m. And I'll never get 5:12 p.m. on May 17th back again. So for me, I want to constantly grow. I want to constantly be evolving. That way I can move forward. That way I can learn, right? Literally, that's what I'm doing with YouTube. Like, I'm new to YouTube, but I'm constantly trying to film content so that I can put reps in so that I can grow. So I'm embracing my growth throughout this. I know that my videos aren't the best right now. However, little by little, as I continue to put in the reps, I will constantly grow. So my mindset for growth is there. So you got to embrace that growth mindset, understanding that if I have the mindset to grow, then I'm going to do the work to grow. All right. And then the last thing is 5, you want to practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Again, you want to be present in the moment, and you want to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. I love reflecting. Like, to me, I have a drive home from work, and I enjoy my drive from work because that's the moment when it's kind of quiet. It's just me, the traffic, and my thoughts. And I'm reflecting on everything that happened throughout the day. I'm reflecting on my current thoughts. All right. Every day you should self-reflect. You should ask yourself daily, were you a good person? You should ask yourself daily, did you have that conversation the right way? Did you speak to that person with respect? Did you speak to that person the way that you wanted to be spoke to? And if you didn't speak to that person the way that you wanted to be spoke to, how are you going to make sure that you don't do the same thing again tomorrow? How are you going to make sure that you apologize tomorrow? You got to self-reflect. You got to make sure that you're constantly thinking about what you're doing, because that's how you grow. That's how you change your mindset. That's a technique. Self-reflecting is just a technique that's there to help you move forward. And by doing that, you're able to understand your feelings. You're able to understand your thoughts. And when you do that, when you're able to understand your feelings and your thoughts, and you're able to reflect on life or your current day or your day that you're leaving out of, you're able to see where you could have did better. But by you being able to see where you could have did better, you're not casting judgment on yourself. What you're doing is you're reflecting to where, okay, I know this is what I need to do tomorrow. You're not going to beat yourself down. All right. With that being said, if you stuck around this long, definitely appreciate it. Hopefully you writing down these techniques, these different ideas, these different suggestions from science, from psychology, that can help you to transform your life from a mindset standpoint and a financial standpoint. Again, hopefully you liked the video. Hit the like button. Definitely make sure you leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Later.